95%. That is the failure rate of AI pilots in enterprise organizations today. They're not underperforming, they're not struggling, they're completely failing. And here's what nobody tells you about that number. It's not a technology problem, it's not a budget problem, it's not even a talent problem. The reason why 95% of AI pilots are failing today is because they're all starting in the wrong place. In this video, I'm going to show you the discovery framework that enterprises are using today to prevent that failure before writing a single line of code. This is the methodology that typically happens 4 to 6 weeks before teams even start implementing AI into their organization. And it's the part that most organizations completely skip. Let's map this out. Here's what happens in most organizations. A senior leader reads about ChatGPT and gets excited. They fire off an email to IT stating that they need to start implementing AI in their customer service. And 3 months later, they've built a chatbot that nobody uses. Sound familiar? The enterprise approach is completely different. It starts with something that we call the discovery sprint. This is a structured and time-boxed process where we're trying to uncover one thing, understanding whether AI should even be on the table. Not which AI, but whether AI. Because here's the one thing that people miss. 34% of organizations cite AI skills as their top barrier for implementation. So think about this. You're asking people who don't fully understand AI to change the way that they work because of AI. That's not an implementation challenge. That's a recipe for resistance. And the discovery sprint solves this before you even start building. Quick thing, if you're trying to implement AI without becoming part of the 95%, you're in the right place. Hit subscribe. I release a video every single week about how you can implement AI into your organization. Now let me show you how this works with a realistic example. Let me introduce you to SwiftShip. Now, SwiftShip is a fictional company. I use fictional examples because of NDAs, but this scenario is painfully common. Now, SwiftShip is a mid-sized logistics company, 200 employees, 40 million annual revenue. They came to us wanting AI for route optimization. Sounds reasonable, right? It makes sense. It's a clear use case. One of the executives had read an article about how Amazon uses it for delivery routes and thought, we should do that too. Except, after running discovery workshops with their operations team, interviewing drivers, shadowing warehouse staff, and analyzing their actual workflows, we found that route optimization wasn't even in the top 7 of their operational bottlenecks. The real value? We're talking up to 40 hours of potential savings per week was in automating the manual data entry from their warehouse management system to their customer portal. Completely different problem, completely different solution. And here's the kicker. It didn't even need AI. Just basic automation would have solved it. This is what I mean by starting in the right place. SwiftShip was about to spend 6 months and a significant budget solving the wrong problem really well, and the discovery sprint prevented that. In 4 weeks, we identified the actual high-value automation opportunities, the stakeholders who would make or break the implementation. And we also identified the strategic sequence for rolling this out. Now, here's where things get interesting, because identifying the right opportunity is only half of the battle. The other half, getting the right people to support the solution. And this is where most implementations go to die. AI implementation isn't a technical project, it's a political project. And there is a brutal stat that you need to understand. 34% of AI value is lost due to change management failures. Not technical failures, not ROI failures, but people failures. Let me show you how this plays out. Let's go back to SwiftShip. They've identified their actual opportunity, automating that manual data entry process that I mentioned. Great idea, right? Except there's one problem, the warehouse supervisor. Let's call him Marcus. Marcus has been manually entering in that data for 8 years. It's literally 40% of his job. His performance reviews specifically mention his attention to detail and data accuracy. His team knows him as the guy who catches all of the errors before they go to customers. Now you want to automate his entire process? Do you think that Marcus is going to help implement this? Or is he going to find every single reason why this won't work? This is the 34%. This is where projects go to die. Quietly, slowly, through thousands of sabotages. This is why this framework treats stakeholder alignment as a deliverable, not a nice to have. It's a formal deliverable with documentation. Here's the framework that I use. The power interest grid. You map every stakeholder on 2 axes. Power. How much influence do they have over the project's success? Interest. How much do they want this project to succeed? Marcus? High power. He can absolutely block the project through slow adoption, workarounds, or concerns. This project threatens his role, his identity, and also his expertise. That quadrant, high power, low interest. That is where projects go to die. But here's the strategic advantage of discovering this early. You have 6 weeks to build an engagement strategy before you start building anything. For Marcus, that might look like reframing his role as data quality auditor, someone who oversees the automation, training him to manage exemptions and edge cases, involving him in designing of the automation, so it becomes his system. This is political engineering, and it's just as important as the technology. Alrighty, so you've mapped out all of your stakeholders, you've identified who can block you, and you've built a strategy about how you can bring them on board. Now comes the core work, identifying which tasks are genuinely AI worthy. And this is where I see the biggest mistakes. People confuse tasks that AI can do with tasks that AI should do. The discovery framework uses what I call the 3 R's framework. Repetitive. Does this task happen frequently enough to justify automating it? Rules-based. When and how this task should be executed. Routine. Is this process consistent or does it change constantly? If you can't check all 3 boxes, be very, very careful. Let me show you how this works for SwiftShip. They identified about 80 different tasks across their operations. Everything from process delivery confirmation to handling customer complaints. When we ran the 3 R's assessment, process delivery confirmation. Repetitive? Yes. It happens 200 times daily. Rules-based? Yes. Clear acceptance criteria and simple logic. Routine? Yes. It's exactly the same process every single time. So as you can see, this is a perfect automation opportunity. But handling customer complaints on the other hand, repetitive? Yes, it's a frequent occurrence. It happens all the time. Rules-based? Kinda. Some complaints have a standard response, but others are a bit more complex. They require negotiation, empathy, and judgment. Routine? Absolutely not. Every complaint is different. Every customer is different. So handling customer complaints is a terrible automation opportunity, at least without human oversight and a completely different approach. The 3 R's saved SwiftShip from building out an AI complaints handler that would have created more work, not less. Now here's where the discovery framework gets really strategic. You don't just identify opportunities, you sequence them, because what you build first will determine whether you get the funding for what comes second. This is the difference between random AI experimentation and strategic implementation. But that's getting into the detail of the AI innovation sprint, which is what I'll cover in the next video. For now, here's what I want you to take away. The reason why 95% of AI pilots fail is not because of the technology, it's because they skip discovery. They go straight from, we should use AI, to what platform should we use, without understanding what problems actually need solving, who needs to buy in for success, which tasks are genuinely AI worthy, and how to sequence implementation strategically. The discovery sprint that I've shown you, the enterprise sprint model, the stakeholder mapping exercise, and the 3 R's assessment. This is what separates failed pilots from successful transformations. And the best part, you don't need a massive budget to run this process. You don't need a team of consultants. You need a systematic methodology, 4 to 6 week commitment for understanding before you start building. That's the difference between the 5% who succeed and everybody else. In the next video, I'll show you what happens after discovery, when you move into detailed design and the AI innovation sprint. That's where you actually build out the solutions that you've identified. If this framework made sense to you and you want the entire methodology, hit subscribe. I'm Jared, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.